Hello and welcome to another episode of SportsRoom. I'm Reuben and with me here today is Anirudh Madhavan. And well, the World Cup is going on and there's so much going on right now. And to an extent, it's also, it's not, it's as predictable as we thought it would be, barring a few matches.
Yeah.
He won't agree with me.
I don't.
Anyway, but India's performance has been phenomenal. India's the only unbeaten team so far in this tournament. And except that middle order, which we will get to soon.
Yeah.
The bowling has been phenomenal.
Bowling has been
the top order has been crazy, but then such a destructive side. How would you evaluate the tournament so far for them? Because there might be that one game, the scare against Afghanistan that we had. Besides that, how would you?
Of all the teams to give us a scare,
Yeah.
the team that hasn't won a single match, almost did it.
Yeah.
But India looked to be the best placed team and the most balanced side in the tournament right now. Shikhar Dhawan was a loss, which we've seen the effects of it.
Yeah.
Rohit Sharma is getting out. I don't know the connection between
KL Rahul is moving up, but then again that middle order is...
and we're not getting the same starts now. So that is exposing the middle order, which has been talked about a lot. And with that we come to Vijay Shankar.
So getting to the middle order, we have this Vijay Shankar problem now, which people expected there to be before the tournament, especially the guy who missed out. But
I wonder what he's doing at
But what is the problem right now? Because we have this Vijay Shankar, they're playing him at number 4 sometimes Pandya also. But then what is the point of playing Vijay Shankar when we're not using him as a bowler? Is that something that
that has to be. If you're not playing, he was taken into the side again because 3D.
All-rounder,
3-dimensional cricketer. But if you're not using one of those dimensions, then might as well have Dinesh Karthik, was much more experienced, has handled pressure situations, and would be an ideal foil to someone like a more explosive batsman low down the order, say Pandya. So they two would gel together. But right now, if Vijay Shankar is not being used as a bowler, you might consider. And even the Rishabh Pant, who seems to be destined to be somehow part of the playing 11 in some game. I think so.
So this middle order really is a concern, because once the top order falls, then you don't see the lower order really backing the team up like how you see against England. But then we also have this Dhoni factor. Moving on to the next point, because Dhoni is somebody who we say is wasting. People say wasting a lot of balls and all that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But now there is this question of whether he should be moved to the number 4 slot.
So there have been arguments on both. Either you move him up to number 4, or you bring him lower down the order where he has no other gear. He has to fire from the beginning, so he doesn't eat up balls. Or number 4, the problem is he's not been rotating strike, which will be an issue at number 4 especially. So you probably bring him in after Pandya maybe.
But would that put too much pressure on him? Because you have big hitters like Pandya, Kedar Jadhav also can hit.
But he's the most experienced player on the side. Of all the people, he should be the one to absorb the most pressure.
Which he is doing by...
So because he's not the Dhoni of old, every time he pulls the trigger doesn't have to fire. So if he backs himself to take it to the last few overs and then he'll fire. So it will come off half the time. So if it doesn't come off in a crunch situation, then that's the problem.
But just so we're clear, they're not going to drop him, right?
I don't think so.
Okay. Then the other thing we have, the middle order is there. We discussed about that. But then now, as strong as our bowling attack is, we also have now this problem of plenty, where Bhuvneshwar Kumar was out, and in that period where he was out, Shami showed 2 matches, he took 4 wickets each. But both were not really strong opponents. To an extent.
Against the West Indies, he was brilliant in the opening spell. And I think it depends on the situation. If you have a pitch that offers swing, then you probably slot in Bhuvneshwar Kumar. And if it's a flatter track, which needs a lot of bounce and variation and all, that probably you bring in Shami, because he used the short ball yesterday very well.
Against West Indies.
So it depends on the situation. Again, problem of plenty. So we have a lot of... And despite the fact that we didn't take the extra bowler to England. We were relying on Pandya chipping in.
And he's doing pretty well also.
So he and Jadhav are supposed to be together the extra 10 overs. But Pandya's holding his own. So all the bowlers are firing as of now. So
that's a pretty good thing.
Yeah.
But also there's the advantage of playing Bhuvneshwar Kumar is he can also somewhat bat.
Yeah.
Which Shami really can't do.
So
when that depth it gives in batting as well. So is that also a factor?
Again, depending on the situation, depending on the pitch, and if it's a spinning track, you accordingly adjust. You get both. Maybe you play an extra spinner with Jadeja coming in.
Okay.
So because India have that,
right now Jadeja is just that fielder who comes and takes catches in.
the best substitute you can ask for in the game right now.
Yeah, super sub. Anyway, so well, the next big test now is the England match that's on Sunday. So it's in Birmingham, and the two matches that from what we've seen at Birmingham is it's a spin friendly track. And also it's a low scoring track,
240, 250 range.
So what are we to expect from this England side on Sunday? Because we are going to go with our spinners, and but then this England side has seemed to be losing steam in the last few games. You see, against Sri Lanka they lost and all that.
That was the turning point in the.
And they lost against Pakistan also.
The Sri Lanka match was unexpected. They were cruising, and now all of a sudden, I think yesterday Johnny Bairstow came out and said that. We're not getting enough support and people are waiting for us to fail, which Michael Vaughan I think took offense to and just win is what he said.
So they have like such a great batting lineup and all that.
So there is doubt in the camp right now. So if they don't win, they'll have to. They're on 8 points right now, so they need at least one more win and maybe net run rate might save them, but they would want to win both games, and both are difficult games.
Difficult games, that's the point now.
India, on the other hand, just want to continue the momentum. India just need one more
win. It's a do or die game for England now, especially if it's like a heavy defeat, then it's going to really cost them.
It's going to cost them, and they won't have the home ground advantage as such. It will be more Indians.
That is another statistic which said that there will be, what about some 60% Indians? A lot of Indians are there in England. For the England match, that's one of the. Last time I think that happened was in 2003, where in South Africa, the Durban match where India had more. So that's also going to be like it's an away match for England. But but also then what about their spinners then? If it's a spinning track and
Adil Rashid, Moeen Ali, two of them. But beyond that, I don't know what they'll do. Like you saw Root bowling,
right? And he picked up crucial wickets also,
So they'll have to do a lot of soul searching right now. So if they lose, then it's done. For India, they need one more win in 3 games, which given their current form, it's highly unlikely they'll lose all 3 games. And plus they'll be decked out in the orange jersey, so I don't know how that will affect them.
But then again, there's this thing where Pakistan, who do they support now? Pakistan supporters.
Pakistan supporters will be rooting for India.
England, because England's number is 4th now on the table, right?
They would want England to lose,
and
which makes them want to cheer
India for a change. Anyway, so
especially when India is wearing orange.
I
didn't say saffron, I said orange.
Anyway, so this tournament, well, it has been interesting, but also at parts where it gets a bit boring when it's predictable. The big
but
teams
that
are
did
firing.
Change in the last couple of weeks. We were expecting, once the top 4 was settled, we were expecting all the games to be dead rubbers. About 10 games to be completely dominated by one side. But again, that one win from Sri Lanka, that changed the whole thing.
But I think the good thing is we see teams like Pakistan and Bangladesh really giving.
As of right now, there are only 3 teams that are out of contention. They're being Afghanistan, South Africa, and West Indies.
South Africa is such a sad story, but we discussed that before.
So only 3 teams are out. 7 teams still have a chance. Only Australia have qualified. So 6 teams still have the chance to qualify for the 3 spots.
So that's all we have today from SportsRoom, from the World Cup roundup for this week, and most probably by next week we'll get to discuss the semi-finalists. If there is any team that really displays one of the big teams, then there'll be something more to talk about next week. So I guess that's all we have for today, and do check out our special page, the World Cup special page, in which we have features and videos, and we also have our Deputy Chief of Bureau, Anirudh Bhatia from Delhi, who's reporting in England. So she's also writing for the magazine and the web as well. So don't forget to check out all our content, and we'll see you again next week.